as well as the mother of American and Israeli hostage Hirsch Goldberg. She asked why they were in D.C. and what they hope to accomplish.
Obviously, lots of things we're trying to accomplish, but in my humble opinion, the rise of anti-Semitism, which is often linked with being virulently anti-Israel and, quite frankly, being virulently anti-West, arises because we do not have public unity around values that most of us support. And I think the most poignant, obvious example is we have 8 Americans being abused, probably including sexually abused, in a dungeon. And we have to, I think most Americans want to know that America will act quickly when Americans are kidnapped, abused, murdered. And I think one of the reasons why you see people excusing this, celebrating this, often masked and terrorizing people, including people talking about the events on October 7th, is because they're dancing on a party of our disunity, when in fact most Americans believe that what happened on October 7th, and especially what happened to Americans, should trigger an automatic response that is punishing for people that dare to touch Americans, imprison, torture, and rape American citizens. And getting a bipartisan group of politicians, senators, which in today's landscape is unusual, getting business leaders to speak up was basically historic, and so I'm proud to be part of this. And obviously, you know, I don't have the same role as somebody whose son is in a dungeon now, but I'm doing my best. We're doing our best to show that there's a lot of unity, especially among the corporate elite.
Yeah, how, Rachel, did you get hooked up with the business leaders, and what was your primary message today?
Well, I actually had the privilege back in January of being invited to the World Economic Forum in Davos through actually Alex and Palantir, and there was an event that they had one night where they opened a forum for hostage families to talk to influential and powerful CEOs of companies all over the world. And that is where I met Albert and many others. And so this came about sort of springing forth from that initial meeting back in January. And when I went today, I didn't know what to expect, and it was such a pleasant surprise to see the unity of this bipartisan flavor in the room of people coming together. This is not a right or left issue. This is not a Democratic or Republican issue. This is a human issue.
I was at that event in Davos, Rachel. You are a force, and I know you have been delivering this message far and wide. But it's so interesting because corporate America has not led on this. So I am just wondering what has compelled you, Albert, to speak out, to do this interview. Go ahead, Alex. Sure, take it up.
Look, I can't speak. I'm not representing corporate America. I'm representing myself. And I speak as a human being that cares deeply about what is going on over there. Since the day I met Rachel, I have nightmares thinking about her, because the story came inside my heart in such a profound way. So I'm not going to stop speaking until all 120 are free.